Good morning, good evening, whatever time it is for you, I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to this month's exclusive video. So I've been following a lot more artists on YouTube who were doing challenges, and one that popped up pretty frequently was the 100 Heads Challenge by Ahmed Al-Douri. I'll leave links to everything in the description as always if you want to check it out for yourself. But what you're meant to do is draw 10 heads every day for 10 days using his Pinterest board. It's got a ton of diverse expressions, poses, and people to draw, so you really get a chance to stretch your sketching muscles. I've thought about doing the challenge before, but never really committed to even a smaller version, so while I was actually busy, and in hindsight probably wasn't the best idea, I decided I was going to do 25 heads over 10 days instead, so it'd give me a bit of wiggle room to get the rest of my work done. Before this, I hadn't done much traditional drawing, and I wanted to get back to that and hopefully improve a little bit as well. In high school and college art classes, I almost exclusively studied portraits, but since going to uni, most of my work has been very simplified styles that were meant for animation. Obviously, animation is super intense, often on a very strict timeline, so you need to cut out some character details to make your projects a little faster. So I started the challenge using a ballpoint pen, and clearly when I woke up that morning to start this, something in me chose violence, because you have to be so careful with using pen. You can't erase it, the marks are very dark, and you have to be confident with your line work because it's very hard to correct it once you get it wrong. Pencil probably would have been a better medium to start with, but I kept it going for quite a few of the references. The first day I managed to get quite a few done. I felt very out of practice and I struggled with proportions and some of the references that had harsher shadows or models with more wrinkles. But even though I struggled with some of them, it definitely felt like the right decision to test this challenge out, at least to find where I could improve. There were certain types of references that seemed to come easier to me. Models who were more angular, some had sunken eyes and facial hair which were more fun to draw, and usually if I find something fun to draw or interesting to look at, the results tend to be better. I tried to spend a maximum of 10 minutes on each head. Some were less, typically the ones that didn't really go that well. If I messed up or was struggling too much with a reference, I would move on to the next. No one had set this challenge for me and told me that I had to render every head to a finished state. I was taking it very easy on myself and I was having fun with it, which was kind of also the point, as well as improving. A no pressure challenge which I enjoyed a lot more than if I'd forced myself to finish each one. Eventually I switched the ballpoint pen for a mechanical pencil, and this one I tried to plan out a little more. The reference was lovely, but the drawing actually ended up feeling too stiff. So in the next one, I switched to using coloured pencil for the base and then going in with mechanical pencil to add detail. This was the best decision for me in this challenge, and something I'll probably use when I try this challenge out for real. Using light coloured pencils helped me block out the main shapes, was a lot looser with the construction, and then when I started with the mechanical pencil I could go in and correct things and add the detail I needed. There were still a few hiccups along the way when I came across things in the reference I didn't practice often, like different hairstyles and textures, angles in the face, and teeth as well. Usually when I'm drawing I'll go for a face-on pose or 3/4 angle and that'll be it. I'll usually have a way of drawing teeth in my style, which is heavily influenced by Adventure Time and what some people call bean mouths. If you're drawing teeth and add too many lines or heavy detail, they can look really strange. So that's definitely something that I need to improve on. Drawing a few heads every day was really good, and I could feel a little bit of my muscle memory coming back. I had a few more heads which I then really liked, and overall I had a really good time doing this challenge, even if I did alter it a bit. I think what I liked most was having a task that I didn't really need to think or plan too much. It was simply pick a reference and draw it, and that was it. Since I first saw this challenge, I have been collecting my own set of references and people to draw for future attempts at this challenge, or even just for warm-ups. I definitely think I improved during this challenge. It was fun, and I would recommend it if you want to pinpoint areas you're weak in and where you want to improve. Personally, I'm going to try drawing more interesting angles, do some studies with different hairstyles and textures, and step out of my comfort zone a little bit more by drawing hands, feet, and teeth, which I have been avoiding recently. If you're going to do an art challenge, you do need to look after your wrists and make sure that you stretch before and after any long drawing sessions. I've started rowing to improve my arm strength because it was a bit worrying that I could only draw for a short time before I started to get joint pain, which has actually pretty much disappeared since I picked up rowing. Obviously, I'm careful with that too, though I'm slowly increasing how much I do, and it's a nice way to start or end the day. I will do the 100 heads challenge properly at some point. Let me know if you like this video and want to see more of these. Thank you so much for supporting me on here, I really appreciate it. And I'll see you with another video real soon. Bye!